So, welcome to Thoughts from the Coaching Space. And this week, I want to have a look at somatic practices. Let's talk about somatic practice and why they are really valuable, whether you are just simply building a foundation of more joy, peace, and contentment in your life, or you're dealing with trauma challenges right now that you're finding really difficult, whether you're wanting to move away from habits that aren't serving you, whatever it is, if you engage the whole of you, if you begin this dialogue with your body, you're not only going to make it easier, but you're also going to make it more joyful, and you're going to build a foundation that's strong and resilient and is able to get beneath the layers of life, so you can really experience life at deeper levels. Because we everything we do is because we are pleasure seeking beings. That's really what drives us. And what tends to happen is our survival system, which will always take precedence, because basically, if you don't wake up alive tomorrow, then you're not going to experience joy. So the first thing you want to know is that you're safe, is that you're okay. And in our fast-paced world, we get so many false alarms, and these are somatic experiences. So when you're feeling stressed, when you're at a fast pace, when your body hasn't really yet evolved to live in the world that we live in right now. None of us have. You know, the fact that we are not constantly out in natural light and with the cycles of the day, that we do get disconnected from the earth with shoes, being indoors, being in unnatural environments, that our sleep patterns are very often, unless you're really lucky, not exactly with what helps you to thrive, with what's right for your body, but we're on a clock. And we're also very, very different. And for all those reasons, we get out of the habit of really building good somatic experiences in the body, because we're just surviving. Now, when you go to somatic practices, and when I say somatic, it's conscious practices that consciously engage the body. So things like breath work, yoga, walking mindfully, anything that really has this physical component or has an immediate physical effect on the body. So, for example, even just taking a few deep conscious breaths, changing the way you breathe, you're affecting your body, you're giving your body different signals. And when you work with somatic practices as a way to wipe the slate clean each day, so no matter how you're feeling, whether you get up and you're ready for a great day, you're feeling amazing, or you wake up, you're overtired, you're irritable, you're feeling stressed, nervous, wherever you're at, if you get into the habit of having a daily somatic practice where you wipe the slate clean, as in you just go into neutral, you go to your breath, you are doing either yoga or gentle movement, or you put some music on and you just let yourself dance, but you're fully present. And then you consciously bring in how you're choosing to go into your day, how you're choosing to feel today. The more you do that, the more you're really speaking to a very deep part of yourself that wants to seek pleasure, that doesn't want to do those habits that are no longer serving you, stay with those beliefs that no longer mean anything to you, but are keeping you in relationships or work patterns or whatever, in things that are just not healthy and not happy, yet somehow you just keep ending up there. When you begin to work with these practices, what you find is you get used to pausing, you get used to, even if it's just for a few moments, just being empty, just being. rather than doing. And that pause comes into your life more and more and more. So you'll find that when you get into a challenging situation, you'll find that there's a part of you that can observe, that can watch, because that's what you do in your practice. When you notice that you're starting to get irritable and angry, it starts to feel a bit uncomfortable because that's not what you chose to practice today. That's not where you wanted to be. And more you stop the autopilot, you get the brake on the autopilot, which gives you space, which allows you choice. So that's one way that you can really work with somatics regularly, having that practice that you show up for yourself, even if you start with 10 minutes a day, even 10 minutes 3 times a week, and you start to notice the difference. And it's always within the practice because we are always practicing something. So therefore, we're practicing having a certain somatic experience. So why not create that somatic experience in a conscious way that's going to bring in a stronger foundation, that's going to keep you on track to creating a life that serves you, that you really want to live. If this makes sense and you'd like to go further into our principles at A Handpicked Life, and this is one of the principles, the practice, the really getting to know yourself. The other principles are reflection and also assertive action. So being aligned action. So being your actions are aligned with really what truly lights you up and your healthy choices. If you'd like to know more, then sign up for the free training below and get to know us a little better. And I'll be back next week with some more thoughts from the coaching space. Thank you for joining me.